In this video, I'm going to go through exactly how you can automate your scripting process, your short form scripting process using ChatGPT. And scripting is very time consuming, but you should be scripting your content, especially if you're building your personal brand, because it's very important, because when you record, it's so much easier, it's so much quicker. You have something that you can say instead of using your brain to think. Now, I'm not saying you need to script your whole piece of content, but what I'm saying is you should at least have a framework, and also have some sort of script. So let's just say, for example, you only script the hook. That's better than not scripting the hook at all, because it's going to save you time, and just in general it's so much better. And before we get into this video, if you don't know who I am, my name's James, owner of Magnify Your Content Media, and I help 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 figure entrepreneurs build content systems to save time and of course scale. Okay, and if you want my social proof, check out the first link in the description. And if you want to join my email list, which free resources, content resources and tips will be in, you get sent them every single day, it's the second link in the description. The prompt that I'm going to use today is going to be in that link, so it'll be the second link. Join that and then you'll get that for completely free, and you'll also get tips and tricks and resources every single day. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So what you need to understand is scripting can be automated. Now, I'm not saying you should automate scripting, but what I'm saying, it can be, especially if you're really slow for time. Especially if you're really tight for time. I wouldn't suggest automating the whole process. So what I'm saying is you should get something from it and then look at it and change things. So I'm not saying you should do it all, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. But what you need to do is you need to go to ChatGPT, and just the normal ChatGPT version. And what you can do is, and what you need to understand as well, is the idea is the most important part. So you need a good idea. So what I suggest doing is going to some favorite creators within your industry, finding what works and taking those ideas and then bringing them into ChatGPT. So let's just say, for example, the idea for me is how to overcome that I need to think about it objection. Been working with a lot of sales coaches recently, and that just popped into mind. I work with any online coach. If you're making 6 figures plus, I work with you, but let's just do that as an example. So for example, let's go to ChatGPT and say, I want to create a short form video about how to overcome the I need to think about it objection. I want the soundbite's basically how long it is, the soundbite to be around 30 to 40 seconds, and I want you to follow this framework, which is hook the viewer in with a controversial hook, stopping their scroll, use the data I have provided beforehand too. Next is interest peak. Intrigue the viewer to watch longer, don't make it salesy, make it intriguing. You can use data or speak social proof. Next is value. And before we get into that, I want to explain why this framework's so good. So the hook hooks the audience in, stops the scroll. There's many hooks you can use. You can use a visual hook, but for this it will be a speaking hook. And yeah, the next is interest peak, and then interest peak is super important because this is where most people drop off after the hook. So you need to intrigue them for more, to watch longer, and so your watch time can go up, so ultimately your videos gets pushed out to more people. And then the value section is obviously you need to give value that gives them a step-by-step process that gets them a small win. So that's what I'm going to say. So value that gets them a small win, give them a brief step-by-step process. CTA, which is a call to action, ask them to follow or comment a keyword for a free resource. I want this to go viral, so do some research into how to go viral too. Boom. It's hopefully gonna give me a 30 to 40 second script. And as I said, you're not going to take this and use it. You're going to take it and analyze it. So let's look at the hook that it's given me. Want to guess the number one reason deals fall apart? It's not price, it's the classic line, pause, I need to think about it. Over 70% of high-performing closers say this objection isn't a rejection, it's a request for structure, clarity, or proof. And you can flip it in 3 seconds flat. So try this 3 parts response. Validate, absolutely, makes sense. Clarify, what specifically do you want to think about? Close gently, would it help if I walked you through that part again? The way you cut through doubt, keep control, and often turn think into yes. Want a free objection handling cheat sheet? Drop a structure in the comments and hit the follow. Don't miss the next one. See, you can see that we need to change this up a bit. So what I would do is I would just copy and paste it. Like, I'm not going to lie, it's not too bad for ChatGPT, but what we can do is go to my Notion, my content dashboard that I have. Again, I send free resources in my email list, and I actually send this, so you can join the email list. So what I'm going to go down to is scripting. I need to think growth piece of content, emoji, awareness stage, fully aware. Oh, sorry, not fully aware, solution aware. Then I'm going to paste this in. And what I'm going to do now, I'm not actually going to go through this, but I want to show you what I would do. What I would do is analyze it, okay? So I'll paste that last bit in, and I'll analyze it. I'd say, want to guess the number one reason deals fall apart? It's not price, it's the classic line. I need to think about it. So what I would do here is I'll try and make it even more controversial. I'd probably think like, you will never ever overcome the I need to think about it objection without using this one thing, for example. So make it negative. And then this is good. Over 70% of high performing closers say this objection isn't a rejection, it's a request for structure. That actually gives data, so that's a good interest peak, which will intrigue people for more. Then the value, I do like this as well. And the call to action I actually like. But what I would do, and I'm not going to do it in this video, as I said, this is just how to automate the process with ChatGPT. You need to analyze it and make sure your messaging is dialed in, make sure it speaks directly to your ideal client. But all I would do now is just analyze it, okay? I would see what I want to change it, and then boom. This literally took me, let me check how long I've been filming for. This took me 9 minutes to do for one video. Like, that's insane. So it would take like, I don't even know, like 20, 30, 40 an hour to come up with quite a few content ideas and scripts. So automating your scripting with ChatGPT is really simple. That's exactly how to do it. If you want that exact prompt, I'm going to leave it in the description, of course, without the idea at the top. Again, second link in the description, join it. You'll literally get that for completely free, and if you want to learn how to get 5 to 15 extra high ticket clients through building your own content ecosystem, check up this video up here. And yeah, I hope you got some value from this. Subscribe, everything like that, and push.